All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Let me know if you're hearing me. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for following. Thank you for sticking. Thank you for ah another opportunity to be here with you again. I'm super excited. Okay, thank you, Mr. Godwin Esang. Thank you, and welcome to this session. This is wonderful, and it's so good to do this with you again Sunday evening, right? We are going to be very snappy. I don't know, a lot of persons, I am sure, must have been engaged in a lot of activities. So we are going to start, and I am going to share my slide. We're just going to run quickly. I said some stuffs yesterday, said a couple of things yesterday, and then we are going to try as much as possible. I am just coming back from the final. We had a graduation ceremony for our fellows in the DG Riley Fellowship. This is a fellowship that is put together by our foundation, the Exceptional Teachers Foundation, and it is empowering student teachers, female student teachers in the College of Education, in the faculties of education, with digital skills so that they could be able to lead digital revolution into the classroom. Yeah, Denim British Academy, thank you very much and welcome. So let me bring the energy, the aura that is it is accompanying in this session. So welcome to Branded or Stranded webinar day 2. It was supposed to be a one-day event, but due to some circumstances that were actually beyond our control yesterday, we have decided to extend it to today. So I said that today we are going to do some practical session, one or two sessions, and afterwards, we are just going to spend 20 minutes for this session. Yes, and then we are going to round up and then allow us to go and rest so that we can prepare for tomorrow. So I'm going to share my slide. Yesterday I talked about how we could craft our story, and it is very important that you see why I emphasized about story in positioning your brand is that is the only hook. That's the hook you have. You might have the best of logos, you might have the best of brand message, but if you don't have a story, it would your brand might be struggling. Your brand might be struggling to connect with the right set of people. Let me make it appear in the presentation mode so that we will be able to enjoy my full screen, right? Awesome, I get it. Okay, so um, you must have a story, right? This is something that we cannot overemphasize because your story is the hook. Like I said yesterday, your story is the connector. So let me know if you're hearing me. Let me know if you're hearing me, and then you can see my slide. So we have stopped there. This is where we want to start crafting your unique brand story. What do you need? I think I spoke about this yesterday, right? Crafting your unique brand story. If you are there and you remember I talked about this, please kindly let me know so that we don't waste time discussing it any longer. So kindly let me know in the comment section if this is something I had talked about. So, or if I had talked about this yesterday, please let me know in the comment section, and let me also know if you are hearing me. Yeah, let us know in the comment section if I had talked about this, and if I did, I will have to skip and go to the next slide. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. Did I say something about this yesterday? Discover your brand essence. Yeah. If I'd said something about this, please let us know in the comment section. Let us know in the comment section. Okay, I think I can still recall. I said something about this, though it did not come in the slide. So I said that in crafting your unique brand story, everybody has a unique story. So imitation is, for me, is a brand that is dead on arrival. So when you find your story would be able to bring out your uniqueness. It is going to be able to show that you are different from others. So being able to craft your story is what stands you out of the market. Every brand has its story, and your story comes from your challenges, they come from your experiences, they come from those achievements, right? So let's quickly run social media platforms. What are those digital tools you need to establish your digital brand? What are those tools you need? What are those tools you need? From the picture you've seen there are a lot of these tools, you right? There are a lot of, when we talk about social media, Teacher Chike talked about all of this yesterday. You're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn. For me, I am just trying to find my foot in Instagram now. I am very good on Facebook and LinkedIn. Like, I'm very comfortable with those two areas. But just fine. I know that on Twitter, I do not have a huge presence on Twitter, but I learn a whole lot, especially on tech. The people I follow on Twitter are the people that every time I go there, I am able to get something out of it. Okay, take for instance, today, I was able to create a customized audio by text, simply putting out text. And what did I do? I was on Twitter just surfing. There's this guy I follow on Twitter. So he dropped a particular AI tool. And he said this AI tool can help you to create songs, create your own music. So when I saw it, I quickly went, checked the tool. I was even using my phone. And when I saw the tool, I checked the prompt, the suggested prompt. I picked the prompt, went to ChatGPT, modify it, brought it back again, put it in the AI tool. Boom! I created a very beautiful song about teachers. And it was so nice. I think I played that song over and over and over, and I was able to download it, and it is absolutely free. So there are a lot of tools out there. So for you to be able to create a brand that is profitable, a brand that is persuasive enough to convince people to buy from you. I used to say that, yes, a lot of people on this call will say, oh, I don't sell anything. I don't have a school. I am just a teacher. I don't have my own personal business. I'm a salesperson. Oh, I don't have my own company. Oh, I am a civil servant. Oh, I am a medical doctor. I'm working. I'm a civil servant. I'm working in social office. You don't have any excuse. You don't have any excuse not to build your own personal brand. And if you are in the social impact space, you don't have any excuse not to build a personal brand, because the reality of the whole thing we are talking about is that we are in the digital space, and there has never been a time we've had this abundance of information in the history of mankind. I don't know if you get that. There has never been a time we've had this overwhelming and abundant of information in the history of mankind. And all of this information is creating a whole lot of noise in the system. So the question is, are you willing to stand out? Because if you don't stand out, the noise, the abundant noise would overwhelm you. And that is why you would live as though you are not existing. You are just living. You are not existing. So your presence is not felt, but you are that intelligent person. You are that smart educator, but nobody is feeling your presence. Nobody is feeling your impact. So today we hear of Teacher Chike. Today we hear of Mr. Lanre. Today you are able to come to this event. I am not the smartest of all the teachers, but I have been able to consistently show up, consistently build a brand. Teacher Chike is not somebody you just bring to your event. Mr. Lanre is not somebody you just go and bring to your event. There is something they must have seen about me that attracted them to me. There is something that convinced them about me, that brought them to me. And that thing is what you have to be intentional about. So what's your presence on Facebook? What's your presence on LinkedIn? What's your bio talking about you? What's your profile talking about you? That is why we are saying that for you to be able to stand out, you have to be intentional. How do you create that professional profile that is compelling, that can give you your first job? There is somebody, there are recruiters who come to your LinkedIn and then they look at your profile. Your profile alone should be able to attract opportunity to you. Now, like I keep saying, I have had different occasions. Okay, in 2022, I was selected to speak on a platform in India. And how was I selected? They came to my profile on LinkedIn and they read everything about me. They see it was able to tell them the things I do. Like in my profile on LinkedIn, I'm able to even put a link to my YouTube channel. Recently, I had to add a link to the Be Exceptional Teachers Foundation. So immediately you go there and then you go see my link and then you click. I don't need to come and begin to explain myself to you about the things I'm doing. You already have a clear knowledge of the things I do. So that's why you that is existing in this digital age, you don't have any excuse, you don't have any complaint about not showing up on social media, not showing up on the internet, not being visible. So I go now to Google. What would you be identified for? What is that thing we could use to identify you? What would you be known for? And it is very simple. A lot of people, I consulted for a particular brand last year. It was actually an individual. And then the person was telling me, oh, Mr. Joseph, I see a lot of things you tell me you do, because actually what I do is, if I'm telling you this, the best way for me to tell you is to show you a proof of what I do, right? I take you to those different platforms to show you. Of course, when Teacher Chike was talking about LinkedIn, thankfully, I was not even the one who said, he mentioned my name and then went to check my LinkedIn, my profile picture, and all of that. So you understand that. And then the beautiful thing, one of the things I love about LinkedIn, anybody who is checking my profile, LinkedIn is going to notify me, oh, that so person, Denim British Academy checked my profile. Oh, Godwin Esang checked my profile. I recall when I first, when I arrived Ibadan, one of the things I did, that was in 2022, was to ensure that I begin to talk about Ibadan. The first gig I got, the first opportunity I got, the person contacted me on LinkedIn because I was talking about a particular project I wanted to start in Ibadan. And the person reached out to me, oh, Joseph, you are in Ibadan. I see that you offer so service. Can you come to our school, blah, 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 blah. Before you know, the opportunity came in and I was able to cash out. Now, what happens if I was not visible on social media? So that takes us to the next slide. What are those tools you need to establish your digital brand? There are a lot of them. Do you know that Canva, I want to ask this question. Do you know that Canva has a site? If you know, please type in the comment section. Do you know that Canva has a site? If you know, say yes. A site you can use to build your personal brand. Please, if you know that Canva has a site, type in the comment section. They have a site that you can use to put together what you do, maybe your vision, your mission, anything about you, your work. You can even use it to build your own portfolio. You put pictures, even videos. Canva has a site. Please let me know in the comment section. It seems I'm alone in this particular session. Let me know. Please, if you are following, please let me know. Do you know that Canva has a site? Okay, I have seen someone used it before. Okay, do you want us to take on a practical session of it so that you know how to go about it? Denim, it seems you are the only person. I am happy that at least I have one person here. Yes, do you want, Denim, do you want me to take on a practical session how you can do that? Okay, no, sir. Yes, Canva has a site. Okay, I'm asking, do you want me to carry out the practical session? If you want me to carry out the practical session now, say yes. You are going to see it on my screen. Okay, thank you. That one person is enough. So I'm going to drop this other slide, and I love the practical session. I'm going to drop this and then bring up another screen so that we get to see what I'm talking about. So I love the practical session, right? This is one session I love, and at least if you don't take anything, you are going to take this part that you, as soon as you leave there, okay, I need the practical. Yes, we are on it now. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Yeah, if you don't take anything, I just want you to take this part I'm going to share, that I'm sharing with you. So we want to show you how you can begin to. If you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you see my screen? Please let me know in the comment section if you can see my screen. Okay, so you see my cursor. I'm sure you've seen my screen. The first here, you see for you. And the second one here, you see doc. Okay. After doc, you see whiteboard. I'm sure you can see my mouse. After whiteboard, you see presentation. After presentation, you see social media. After social media, you see videos. After video, you see what? Website. Yeah. So I'll now click on website. Please watch out. I've clicked on website. Yeah. You can create this website from your phone. Now, Canva has pointed out a lot of templates. Website, business website, portfolio website. You want to build a portfolio for yourself. You have an event and you need a website. Maybe you are school like Denim British Academy. You are hosting an event, maybe an end of the term party, anything. You can use this as an event website for your parents to come in and see what is happening, what you are planning for them, education website, retail website, BioLink website, service website. Okay, let's do with maybe want to build a portfolio. Then I will now come to here and click, right? So let's see what happens. I love this practical session. So there are a lot of tools you can use to build your own personal brand, right? And these things are already there. Technology has given us a lot of options. So you don't dare say, oh, you don't begin to complain, oh, I don't have this. I'm not tech savvy. Nobody was born tech savvy. Somebody came into my inbox and was trying to tell me, oh, I'm not tech savvy. You don't. Nobody was born tech savvy. Yes. Me, I'm not, I was not a science student, and I didn't do science. So you don't have any reason. You don't just have any reason, right? It's taking time. Let us check another one. Business website. The portfolio is taking a lot of time. I don't know if it is about network. Yeah. So I had to load I think his network. MTN is trying to be unfriendly, but we trust God that okay, so it's still loading and it's still going to pop up. So now you have a project. Maybe you are starting a project. You have an advocacy. You are just driving a project. Maybe you are any kind of thing you are doing. You are very free to come to Canva and use the Canva website and then be able to build your project. So if you check where my cursor is, there are a lot of templates. You see from the two sides, all of these are templates, which you just don't have to trouble yourself. By the time you click any of these templates, it will just pop up on the big screen. And then Canva is always giving you something to work with, right? Okay, so I just finished in Be Exceptional Teachers Foundation. We actually started a fellowship called the DigiHard Rightly. And then today, just some minutes ago, was our graduation ceremony. The ceremony was for the Pioneer fellows. And then one of the fellows shared that she was able to harness the information, the training she had, and she was able to use it to create design for somebody that fetch her money. So now I've clicked one of the design. It's still loading, and we want it to finish loading so that we can now, it says apply all 6. So we are going to apply, right? So you now see all of this is your website. Okay, so let's start something. For instance, looking for a social media wizard. Is now asking, are you looking for a social media wizard? So now Canva gives you a lot of options. You can decide to say, okay, you can say maybe you are into home lesson. You can say, do you need a home lesson teacher? A home lesson teacher. And then you are at the right place. And then you can decide to say, you come here, you take out this picture, you delete the image, and then you go to the left-hand corner where you have uploads. I'm sure you can see my screen, where my cursor is. This is my cursor. You take it to the left-hand corner, you have upload, and you click upload. When you click upload, what upload is going to do, I'm sure that's upload, right? Sure? Yes. Upload. Okay. So you want to go to your laptop or your phone to go and pick a picture. In this case, this is my laptop. So I want to go and pick a picture of myself. You can see my files, right? And I want to go, like even in my laptop, I have a particular, you see, I don't know if you are seeing that part. Okay, you are not seeing that part. So I want to pick a picture of me, and then it will appear now. I just selected the picture, is coming, is loading. So now the picture is loading. So I'll pick the picture, replace it there, and it gives you the opportunity to talk about your strength. It gives you the opportunity to talk about anything about you, to sell yourself. So if you have a parent that needs your services, you can just share the link. Or maybe you are making a post. It is easier for you to share the link and then send it to anybody who is interested in your service, right? So the person will just click the link, and the link is going to say a whole lot of things about you. You can, and another thing is this, you can put this link. Let me say something here. Yeah. So this is a picture of me here, right? So do you need a lesson teacher? You are at the right place. you begin to talk about yourself. And then as you talk about yourself, like there are a lot of, you can change this picture, this color. You can decide to change the color to black, right? You can change it to blue, whatever color you want, any color that resonates with you. Everything here are things you can always work with or play with, right? So they are not stagnant. They are things you can always work with. So it is all yours to play with. So, and then that is the beautiful thing about Canva. Now, if you are done, this is just the first phase. So you want to go into the second phase of it, you can just begin to you just go down, drag the thing down. That's, you just drag it down. No, coming. This is just the first part. So you still have, let me reduce my screen so that I'll be able to see some things well, right? Okay, yeah. So I just dragged it now. Let me bring it forward. Some part of my screen is hidden, so that's why I had to. You see, like this part now. Please bear with me. Some part of my, there's a place that is hidden in my screen, which time to time I have to drag it forward, right? Great. So you see it now. My screen is moving. Okay. So you take the cursor and then you drag it just by the side. So this is the second part of your website. Anything you want to talk about here, you can modify the whole of this place. You can say work with me. Okay, say work with me. You can show pictures of previous work you've been doing. Anything you want to do here, you can modify it. And once you finish editing all of this, you can go here and say publish website. Now it's loading. MTN is quite unfriendly. So when you publish the website, it's going to give you a link. It's still loading. And you can copy that link. You take it to your Facebook. On your bio, on the bio of your Facebook, you see, okay, now you have seen a website URL. It's still loading. So you can copy this and take it to your Facebook bio and then put it there. You can say, I offer bespoke lesson for learners. I have a knack in ensuring that children understand difficult, complex. You can check my bio. You can check my link or my website for details. The person, even while you are sleeping, you don't need to talk about what you do. The person will just click the link and it will take the person down to everything, information about the things you do. If your school does not have a website, you can begin from there. And it is entirely free, absolutely free. So these are tools you can work with. These are tools you can go with. Our network is quite unfriendly. I don't know if I am heard. I don't know, in the comment section. I don't know. Please help me. I don't want to be alone in the entire session. I want to know that people are following so that I'm properly guided, right? Alone in the entire session. I want to know that. Are people there listening to me? Is it making sense to anybody? Okay, so MTN is quite funny today. You see, it's still loading. So the thing is, you have a lot of tools, So because of time, we are going to continue with our slide, and I'm going to drop. This one is just the basics, right? It's just to push you, to tell you that, look, that Canva you've been hearing about. Okay, thank you, Pointe. Thank you very much. That Canva is spelled, I think we know, C-A-N-V-A. That Canva you've been hearing about, there is a free website. There is a free website that you as an educator can leverage on to build your digital presence, to build your brand. And then the question I want to ask is, how many of you, what are you going to do after this session? Are you going to leave this session this night and still remain the same way you used to be? I doubt. But I want to say that as you leave this session, if you never hear of Canva website, please go to that website and do something this night. Share the link in our WhatsApp platform, right? Share the link in our WhatsApp platform. I will not walk you through everything because we just have to rush and wrap up and then close the session. So, but I tell you, these are the things you can have access to if you are paying for the premium session, if you are paying for the inner cycle. So, and I want to tell you that a lot of people are being very skeptical about, I know it's very normal, about the premium session. Personally, if you are coming to me as a person and I want to have a one-on-one session with you, talking about branding you for global relevance, branding you for profit, and branding you for money making, I will charge you. I charge not less than 100,000 naira. This is me not bragging. I charge not less than 100,000 naira because I know that by the time my session is always something that by the time you are done, you are definitely, before we finish the entire process, you are definitely going to recover all the money you have paid to me if you are taking action. So if we are saying 10,000, we are saying 10,000 because we are coming as a foundation, and it's part of our program, the program we had outlined for the year. It's part of our give back. So we are just doing this to encourage people to build their own personal brand. But if it is something I am doing as an individual, you are coming to me, trust me, because I know what I'm going to give you. It is always a very broad topic. We'll teach you how to create courses, how to put your courses on Seller, how to create free your Paystack account. So you want people to pay you even in foreign currency. It is possible. There is a course there's part of you own a UK-based business while you are here in Nigeria. You can own a UK-based business legitimately with a debit card that allows you to buy anything online, hitch-free. So it's broad. So when I say if you are coming to meet me as an individual, I charge you so high. So these tools are available. Something you can always use. So let's go into my slide. Let me go into my slide so that we continue from where I stopped, and then we try to wrap up. So please, if you are following, let me know. If it is making sense to you, you should also let me know in the comment section. Yeah. Okay, so I was talking about these tools that are available for us to make use of. So you have a lot of them. I just had to bring out only these 4 for you to see. You have the WordPress, you have the System.io, and all of these tools. You have the link tree. There's something called About Me, where you put your profile. You can even put your courses there, right? And then you sell them, you market them, right? Just throw your link alone. Somebody is able to access you. So the process of branding is thick, is broad, and is wide. So what are those tools you use to create content? There are a whole lot of them. Canva, you can create video content from Canva. You can create images. You can create worksheets. There are a lot, if you're an educator, if you're a teacher, there are a lot of things you can do with Canva. Canva is just too loaded. I love it. I create slides from Canva, right? I don't remember the last time I used PowerPoint. So I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of visuals in my branding. And for me, today, video content, visual content goes viral than written content. So that's why I had to carefully put out CapCut and InShot. I use them a whole lot. They are content creation tools. And the interesting thing is that most of these tools, they are available. You can always watch YouTube videos to be able to get them. So now, this is another particular part I want us to pay attention to. How do you identify your identity? A lot of people are having issues identifying the identity. This is a very serious issue. And I want to tell us that one of the things you will stand to benefit if you are able to pay for the premium session, if you're able to pay for the 10,000 Naira premium session, you will sit down one-on-one with me. I would walk you through online how you could identify your identity, how you could identify that niche, how you could identify that problem, that need. What is the market trend? What is that solution that is in demand? It's not just about creating solution. Do you have a market that is willing to buy it? How do you now position these products in a way that will attract the right set of people? What are you supposed to do? There are processes to getting these things done. And then how do you find your identity? It's a process. You don't just wake up to begin to find your identity. We'll walk you through, we'll give you a psychometric test where you are going to run the test, and then we sit down with you and run a SWOT analysis with you, and then we tell you what you are going to do. I will personally give you what I call my personal brand questionnaire. So I'll offer you a personal brand questionnaire, which will ask you critical questions about yourself. And I tell you, by the time you are done with my brand questionnaire, and you are done, and then you give it to me, and then we sit down, I analyze your questionnaire, the answers you've given to me, and I'll be able to weave out and show you clearly your tagline message. I will show you clearly your pinpoint. I will show you clearly your unique selling point. I will show you clearly what your values are. And then there is nothing as good as you having clarity of who you truly are. I think the problem people are having is the problem of identity. That is why people want to be like Davido. That is why people want to be like C. Ronaldo. You cannot be like that person. You can at the start of your journey, you can model, but your originality would come if you are able to identify who you are. So we are going to help you to find your identity, to find your true personality, so that whatever thing you do, your identity is going to help you to connect with the right audience, to connect with the right people, to connect with, there's something I always say, I say purpose brings alignment. What do I mean? Teacher Chike calls himself the village teacher and is there in Delta State doing Signs and Wonder. Joseph Effiong is here in Akwa Ibom State and he calls himself the village teacher. Somebody shared a post of mine I made I think in 2021. You go to that post and you hear when I made that post publicly pinned to my wall that this is the story of who I am and this is my brand name, and that's why I am proud of it. Somebody will sit down and say, oh, that's so weird. Why do you answer such a name? I wouldn't do that. You know, it's so shameful. When you are able to identify who you truly are, when you are able to find your identity, you would be able to sell your identity shamelessly. Please, if somebody is getting this, let me know in the comment section. It seems I'm preaching. I don't want to be a preacher here. Please, I want to see something in the comment section before I continue. If you are able to find your identity, you would be able to sell your identity, sell your brand shamelessly. Mark the word shamelessly. Please, I want to see something in the comment section before we continue. If this is making sense to anybody, let me get to hear, or let me get to see what you type in the comment section. Let me get to see if this resonates with you. I'm still waiting. Or do you want me to believe it is network? Or do you want me to believe it is network? Okay. Please let me read from you. Let me read from you. If this resonates with you, please type in the comment section so that I will know that I am not here alone. At least I can see a quite number of persons that are online with me. So please let me know in the comment section. So the next thing is listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Now, let me tell you something. One thing I do so well over time is the fact that I pay attention to myself. I pay attention to that noise, so that voice that whispers. So sometimes I recall the last one I got, I was in the bathroom, I was in the shower, and I was taking shower, and something whispered to me, and it told me something about, yeah, shamelessly. Thank you very much. I know I'm not alone. So, and something whispered, a voice told me something about a particular idea. Trust me, I didn't even allow myself to finish bathing. I had to rush out of the bathroom, clean some part of my hands, just pick my pen. I wrote something, I scripted something down immediately into my diary. And I went back, I finished taking my bed. So listen to your heart. There is something that is always telling you something. Don't delay. Don't delay to take action. I want to tell you something. Let me review something. There is a voice that always whispers to you at all times. That voice is always trying to transmit idea from the universal bank of thought. Where do you think all the ideas people use in invention comes from? There is a universal bank of thought that is very, very unbiased. It does not understand whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Muslim. If you are able to pay attention to yourself, if you are able to listen to your heart, it is going to connect you to your being. And there comes creativity. There comes innovation. That's why one thing you should do on a daily basis is create a certain moment in your life where you sit down quietly and begin to think and begin to visualize and begin to aim. You begin to imagine, right? In that way, you will be able to connect to a voice that whispers. So listen to your heart. Something is always telling you something. Something is trying to whisper, trying to communicate to you. So listen to your heart, so that in that way you'll be able to pick what truly speaks to your identity, what truly identifies your personality. The next one is think back to your childhood. Now, your childhood self was a I can do self. Your childhood self was a possibility self. You remember that time when you started to learn how to walk? Maybe a baby, you see a toddler, he walks, he's trying to walk, he falls and stands up again. He falls and stands up. That is our default settings. So for you to be able to identify your identity, you must have a rethink of your childhood self, your original form, your default settings, the way you used to be. You see children, they believe everything is possible. They don't see impossibility. So reflect, cast your mind back to that childhood memory and be able to reinvent yourself. I call it reinvention. Reinvent yourself so that anytime you want to finish that book, you would not see impossibility. You would always understand that this is doable. My brother would always say, my brother Alfred Lazarus would always say, impossibility is nonsense. That is the spirit. That is the true self of your child, of every child. Or that was your true self when you were a child. So you need to cast your mind back to those childhood self, so that you'll be able to reinvent yourself in a way that, yes, in a way that becomes daring and becomes so imposing, right? So the next one is, don't tie your identity to labels. This is very important. A lot of us are always very interested in what people are going to say. A lot of us don't dress well. Even some teachers don't dress well because they are afraid of what people are going to say. I recall those times I used to live under that enclave. So you buy a new shoe, you say, people are going to say I have a lot of money, because they have created this small syndrome, this average mindset into us. So you don't want to, you hear people say things like, I want to build a small house, buy a small car, everything is small, small. Don't tie your identity to labels. People would always say what they want to say, but do not allow what they label you to reflect your true identity. Don't allow whatever people are saying to weigh you down, to run you down. It is not the definition of who you are. So the last one is, you are not your thoughts. So most of us have had some horrible experiences, and those experiences have compounded to give us some thoughts, some negative thoughts. Do not allow yourself to be a reflection of whatever you are thinking. Do not allow yourself to be a reflection of whatever experiences. You are the person that is in charge of whoever you want to be. So let us run. Habits that prevent you from building a profitable brand. What are those habits? We'll quickly run. Number one, you neglect consistency. Some of you will show up today and then tomorrow you are not there. Please, as much as you can, you must always show up and be consistent in it. If you want to say every Monday, I must drop a particular content about what is happening in my classroom, then you have to be consistent in it. I tell you, if you drop the first day, nobody likes and comments, don't be discouraged. Like me personally, if you ask me, I'm not interested in people's like, I'm not interested in people's comments, because I know that social media, there are people, in short, the main people that will give you either an opportunity or recommend you to an opportunity, they don't like your post. Sometimes they don't like your post. Sometimes they don't even comment on your post. But they are the people that are saying something about you. It has worked for me. I've had series of opportunity where I'm just walking along and somebody came and then told me, there's a guy who met me the first time he met me on LinkedIn. He said, he's from Uyo here. He stays here in Uyo in Akwa Ibom. He said, so we have such a person from Akwa Ibom said that is doing such an amazing thing, and then he's a teacher. The guy said the first day he saw me, he was like, is this the Joseph Effiong I saw on LinkedIn? Is he really the person or another person? And we've gone on to connect so well, right? What am I trying to say? You have to be consistent. Consistency, they say, is the hallmark of achievement. Number two, when you ignore feedback, somebody's trying to correct you, you say, oh, you know it all. It will not allow you to build a profitable brand. Every brand takes or is always on the lookout to collect feedback. Feedback is a tool that will help you to go. When you lack clarity, lack of clarity, this is another point. When you lack clarity, I spoke about this. You must find your identity. Be clear about your message. What are you putting out? Once you are clear about it, everything you talk, no matter the story you are saying, no matter whatever context, it will always draw you to that particular message because you are clear about it. The number fourth one is neglecting online presence. I know about this. A lot of people are always on social media talking about Bobrisky. They are on social media talking about Arsenal. They are on social media talking about Chelsea. And then you have your own personal brand. You are not talking about, are you for real? Like, are you for real? Like, okay, let me ask you a question. If your social media was to be Channels TV, would you go and pay money to Channels TV to go and advertise things that are irrelevant? That's the question I'm asking you. Because there are sometimes a lot of people, some persons send a friend request to me. The first thing I do is look at your profile. What do you have in your profile? I look at your timeline. What content you have. Truly, this is not pride. I'm very conscious about my social media, my circle. Who are the people I allow into my circle? Because my timeline is my circle. I don't want to read things that are not relevant to my growth or to my future, or that is not going to add anything to me. There are so many news that will happen in Nigeria that I don't even, I'm sorry to say this, I don't read about. There are some trends that will happen. I love to, I would ask people, there was something that happened a few days ago. I was just asking people inside the bus because I refused to read about it. And people were just the ones, have I even finished reading all these textbooks that are around me, all the papers that are surrounding me, the researches and everything? I've not finished. That's not to say that I am not versatile, no. But in a world where you have abundance of information and all this information, all these messages that are coming to distract you, you have to be able to trim what comes to you in a way that you filter it. The last one is not investing in learning. When you don't invest in learning, like coming to opportunities like this, like paying for classes, trust me, you are not going to build a profitable brand. Now, the question I'm going to ask you is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to start with what you have? That's the question. And what is it that you have? For those of you that are Christians, God told Moses when he came in confrontation with the Red Sea, what do you have in your hand? Is that mobile phone you have in your hand? So start with it. Everything we are talking about here, you can begin with your mobile phone. So you don't have any excuse, oh, I don't have a laptop. Laptop is just to make the thing appear bigger. Everything we talk about, Canva, InShot, CapCut, everything we are talking about, you can, I design my slides with my phone. Yes, I do it. So start with what you have. the truth about life is it is not about what you don't have. It is about what you have and then you don't harness it. That's what it means to become resourceful. Yes. So you start with what you have. Okay, so now the offer. So we have an offer, like I said yesterday, there is an offer for everybody who are interested. The offer goes for 10,000 naira, and the offer is an inner cycle where you'll be introduced to taking the course as advertised by Mr. Landry yesterday, and that's creating a professional profile. You'll be exposed to it. It will walk you through. Then you also have the opportunity to interface with all the speakers you saw yesterday. Teacher Chike would be also in the inner cycle. You get to ask any question you want on personal branding, either as an educator, either as a businessman, whatever question you want your brand to be positioned for global relevance, to attract the right market, you can always come and ask any question. We'll give you the tools, recommend the tools. How are you going to get it? We can help you get those tools for you and then get everything done for you. So the offer is just 10,000 naira. It is that affordable. We were supposed to close today, but the fact that I had some people came into my inbox yesterday and made payments. Yeah, some people made payments yesterday. And the fact that we did not finish this session yesterday is why we are still extending the offer. So you are interested, you can come into my inbox and then you will send the account details. Of course, it was already there in the WhatsApp group, but we can send it to you we can send it to you, and then you make payments, you send the receipt to me in my inbox, and then we'll add you to the Telegram group. So finally, thanks for joining. You can connect with me with the phone number there, and then the email. My email is josephyoung2710@gmail.com. So people, I'm happy to do this with you. I don't know if you have any question. If you have any question, you can ask. But if you don't have any question, I had shared so many outline, but we can't do all of that in this short period. If you pay for the inner cycle, you're going to get exposed to all of this. For denim, if you are running a school, you are running a brand, how do you position yourself for global dominance? We would walk you through all of that process. So thank you everybody for showing up. And it's already 9:42. So we have to go. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. It seems there is no question. If there's any question, feel free to come to the WhatsApp group and ask me. So we have to call it a wrap for today. Bye.